Good evening, everybody. It's a perfect day here for the Jimmy Palumbo Show. That's right. The show coming to you on a Monday because of a huge event in Dave Sturchio's life at the Tiki Bar in Point Pleasant. Of course, behind the glass, your friend and mine, Dave Sturchio. How are we doing today, Dave?
Just dandy.
Yes,
My stomach is turning, and I think it's a good thing. But
you should be nervous. It's a big show. It's a great show. I went last year. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get down there tomorrow. Those of you scoring at home, it's a wrestling event on the beach at the Tiki Bar. I don't think it's anything they've ever really. They never saw anything like that down there. I went last year.
You were the first last year, so
yeah, I went down there as a jerk off, not knowing anything. I'm not even a wrestling fan. My fans know that, but I had a blast. I thought it was a riot. Me and Deej went, trying to get him to see if he wants to go down tomorrow. Good luck with all that. We'll talk about that more in a second. But of course, this is show number 225 day here at Shea. And of course, Tyson Hogan coming in with most of the names I'll be saying in a second, but not all. Of course, number 25, first thing that comes to my mind is Greg Cataray, a pitcher. Steven, then he just drove off the road. Jambino, Jason Jambi. You got the guy who had a surgery named after him, Tommy John surgery, which everybody knows what that is. Of course, back in the 60s and 70s, or 60s really, Joe Pepitone, who was like the first jerk-off athlete in New York. But he was, my dad said, he was pain in the ass, but he could hit. Ruben Sierra in 95 and 96. People forget that. And, of course, you got Teixeira and Gleyber Torres. And on the Giants, Mark Collins and R.W. McQuarters, a shitty Giant.
Oh, no. R.W. McQuarters had himself a night against the Packers in 07, if you remember.
But no, please.
He was
terrible. He was all right, I guess.
He's not a household name, but if you're a historian, you know.
Nobody's walking around going, "Hey, Dad, get me an R.W. McQuarters jersey."
No, probably not.
Butch Woolfolk stunk. And, of course, Xavier Woods.
X-Men.
And, of course, back in the 70s, Bolitnikov with the Raiders. Number 25, but, of course, something I watched last night, number 25 on the New York Yankees. Jim Abbott. I watched that. Did you watch that?
I did not. I heard about it. On him? I heard about it. I want to definitely get around to watching it.
Okay. Here's the great thing. Two things happened to me. You know what? I'm a bad fan. I'm watching the Jim Abbott show, right? And listen, the guy played with half an arm. Awesome. Everything's awesome about him, right? I'm watching it, and they're going like they keep playing the Yankee Stadium, and my mind's going. I'm like, he stunk with us. In my head, I'm going, he wasn't that good. He pitched a no-hitter, but he's right. So in my head, I'm like,
think about that, though. Come on, man.
No, I know.
No-hitter like that. It's like, come on.
I'm trying to explain why I'm a complete jerk off. And then all of a sudden they're at Yankee Stadium. They cut back to how he started and pitching, how he switched the glove around. It's really cool. And all of a sudden he was like dominating with the Angels and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't realize how good he was when he came to the Yankees, because in my mind, he didn't do that well. And then all of a sudden, it comes to the Yankees again. This is such a classic in New York. I don't care where else you play. When you come to New York, man, it's just different.
It is.
People are following you home and shit. So here comes a guy with one arm pitching, and yeah, everybody's going nuts in the beginning, and then he has like 7 bad starts in a row. They're booing him. Yankee fans are booing
Aaron Judge will break the home run record in 10 years from now or something like that, or 12 years from now, as he's aging in 40, and then he'll go 0 for 3 the next day. And like, can you believe this guy? He stinks.
We should have got rid of him 4 years ago. They're only keeping him as a sideshow to bring attendance in.
Right. He's just selling a bunch of T-shirts. That's great.
Right, and I was like, look at him. And all of a sudden, they showed it how he really didn't. He really wasn't that. He was a really good pitcher, but it just did okay with the Yankees. But it's certainly a tremendous thing. But what was really powerful about the documentary is they showed all the people that have one arm who have played sports that got completely inspired by Jim Abbott, because parents of there's a word for it, armless. I forget there's a word for it. You're just born without a hand, really, and it's not like he got in an accident or anything. And supposedly, like dads and moms, when Jim Abbott started to pitch, would record videos, and of games and put newspaper articles in front of the kids saying like, hey, this guy can do it. And it was very moving, the last 20 minutes of the documentary. Very cool to check out. He was number 25, Jim Abbott, which I recommend everyone to go check it out. But me just going like, he wasn't that good with us. Guy's got one arm. I'm busting his ball.
When did he left before the 96? He wasn't part of that staff.
No, he was there from.
He was gone.
90, I think he got hurt. They touch more on what he did for kids and stuff like that, and they covered the no hitter. By the way, the Cleveland lineup: Baerga, the guy who ended up on it. What's his name on the Red Sox?
Wasn't Albert Bell on that team too?
Bell, Kenny Lofton.
That's a hard lineup to get through.
The guy from I'm being a jerk. The guy from the Red Sox with Ortiz and
Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez was young. There's literally, they said that they don't. The guy was like, I don't think there's like 5 Hall of Famers in the lineup at the time. And he tossed a no hitter.
I think that one and Doc Gooden against the Seattle Mariners. Mariners were stacked that year when he threw the no hitter. I was like, God damn, how does that?
Somebody on the Yankees threw a no hitter on a team that was batting like 194. I forget. One of the no hitters in the last 30 years was shitty. I remember that. Anyway, maybe it was Cones. But yeah, go check that out. Number 25. And of course, it's baseball card time here from the Omni. And this guy, again, you'll probably know this guy. He pitched a long time. Again, another guy I thought was better than he was, Mr. Bob Tewksbury. You remember Tewksbury?
Tewks, yeah.
Here's the crazy thing. He started out with the Yankees. I did not know that Tewksbury was the Yankees' first year.
Was it like drafted by the Yankees but never actually played?
He pitched the first year. He pitched 13 years with the Yankees. He was 110 and 102 with a 3.92 ERA. Again, this is why I do this segment. He pitched with the Yankees, Cubs, St. Louis, Texas, Padres, and Minnesota, which means a journeyman.
Once again, I love to know who his real estate agent is.
Oh, my God, right? So his best year was 1992. He was 16-5 with a 2.16 ERA, 32 starts. He was traded by the Yankees for Steve Trout. How funny is that?
I remember Steve Trout.
Yeah. He was making like $1 to $2 million a year, so he was making good money. New Hampshire guy. He's got like the second lowest walks to at bats since any player since the 20s. But here's and he also. So this is why. You know where he pitched in college baseball his first 2 years?
Rutgers
University.
No shit.
But he
I just guessed.
But he transferred to St. Leo's, which I remember Rutgers used to play them all the time, and he got drafted at St. Leo's. But the funny thing is, in 1993, okay, what I'm about to say, if this doesn't blow your mind when you currently watch the Yankees, he won 17 games. Okay. How many walks do you think he had all year?
I mean, if he's 17-game winner, he probably lost a few. So probably like 25 starts, 4 walks again. 100?
18.
Shut up.
I swear to God. Think about that.
Fuck? What?
18 walks. That means, you imagine if you're the manager, like if I'm the
I was
manager,
giving him 4 walks a game. You know what I mean? Like
I was like, if I'm the manager and Tewksbury's on the mound and I'm on the other, I'm gonna be like, hey guys, be ready to go. Like it's just like
that ball's in play.
Like bases loaded, but guys, only 18 walks. He's not walking. He had a theory that like even if you hit it, but he must have got. Again, he must have got tattooed because if it
was accurate, then he's over the plate. That means that some of them are going to hang.
Oh, no doubt about it. So, but I was laughing about that. 17. He almost, and 3 other guys have had more wins than walks. In other words, he just missed it by 1. 17 wins. Oh my God! I think that's the funniest fucking thing I've heard in a while. Then, of course, he became an announcer, and then he became a sports psychologist, and. I love on the back of his card, his hobbies are art, music, and basketball.
Fishing.
Fishing would have been great. That's the best one when they say that. Anyway, that's my guy, Bob Tewksbury, here at Shea. All right, well, Patreon, we're getting mired. I think we're close to mired right now. We're at 51. That's all right. I still love all my Patreon members. Shout out to my boy, Macadij. Hope his father's doing all right. And, of course, Johnny Kelly out in L.A. listens to the show, bust my balls. And, of course, your friend and mine, Steve Venditti, driving off the road then Diddy's helped me out, get me some tickets for my daughter to see Zach Bryan on Sunday.
Nice.
At Giant Stadium or MetLife, whatever the hell they call it.
They had a hell of a crowd there for the football yesterday.
Yeah, for the yes. Again, if you think I'm covering that on this podcast,
no, I don't. But next year you're gonna have to. I mean, come on, it's It's gonna be the World Cup in our country, and the finals are in MetLife. First of all, you're gonna hate life because traffic is just gonna be atrocious up north, no matter where you go.
Okay, listen. The amount I will watch. I tell you what's going to happen. I'm predicting a year. First of all, I'm still doing the show a year from now. That's a miracle. The second thing is I'm going to be doing this World Cup thing, and all I'm going to find Rutgers. The U.S. is going to lose to some awesome team, Spain, who hasn't lost a game in 65 years, and they're going to get completely dominated. Final score for the MetLife: Spain won, USA nothing. And that's going to make me fucking crazy. I can't you know what? If the USA loses in soccer, I want final score Spain just pouring it out of here. 9-0.
El garbage time.
That's the one thing I can't handle.
Oh, no. Listen. I'll tell you right now, the one thing that's still to this day, and I spoke about it on the Chop Sports podcast when we had those guys and Gucci and Scoop. Scoop was our soccer aficionado, right? He was the guy who loved soccer. I said, guys, I don't care how evolved the sport gets or how much popularity it has across the world. If you can't determine the actual amount of stoppage time after, I will lose my mind. When it's past 90 minutes, they're like, all right, here comes stoppage time. Let's see how much we got here. And they're like, somewhere around 3 minutes. I'm like,
it's the most, listen to me. I'm surprised Donald Trump doesn't change that because it's not American. It's un-American. When I watch soccer in a big match, it's like, how much time is that? He's like, yeah. And the referee, and then how about this? If you're down 1-0 and the ref has the little watch, right? And the ball gets caught on the opposite goal, he calls it. So he's like,
if they're in the middle of a rush, they're like, oh, let it go.
Let go for a while. Can you imagine Brady backed up on his own 5 and that'll do it? What is this? And then first of all, the clock goes up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's like the toilet flushing the other way.
Oh my God, it makes me insane.
Oh, now, dude, tell me how much time you have left, and you can't tell me exactly. They're like, roughly 4 minutes. I'm like,
sometimes during the World Cup, because first of all, TV's funny. I think the TV executive's like, yeah, that's great the way you guys do it, but you're not doing it like this.
Yeah, we got to do something called commercials here. Yeah, we got to pay the bills.
They have a little. Sometimes they say about they get close to it because some jerk off is probably holding his some intern.
All the technology. The referee to the score box. Hey, 3 minutes. Start it now.
I know exactly.
3 minutes. But the whole is around 3 minutes.
Around
odd man rush, and you're like, he's going. Game over. So technically, there's no such thing in soccer as a buzzer beater because you don't even know when the fucking buzzer's going off.
I tell you,
drives me nuts.
I've watched some Rutgers games where they got dominated, they didn't cross midfield, and sometimes these 1-0 matches are like, but I'm like, no, it can't. What sucks about soccer, there can't be a fumble.
Right.
It's like some guy named Pele holds the ball in the corner, no one can get it from it, and it ends. Oh my God! At soccer, listen, I know it's the world sport, and I will watch the World Cup only when the U.S. is in. Once they get matter of fact, did they even qualify yet?
I'm pretty sure they did. I hope they did, because if not, it's going to be unwatchable for me. But if there's a Team USA, I would assume then yes.
Every time I put the World Cup news on it, and USA losing to Antigua, and I'm very disappointed. There's only 7 people living on the island. They all play soccer. They beat us. And they always change. Then they try to get these European coaches there who can't speak English. I can't stand. I just don't. And the women dominate, but now they don't dominate anymore because the whole world's going to shit. I don't know.
In other news, there's a cover of NBA 2K featuring a WNBA star. Can you name that star who graced the cover of an NBA 2K game, Jimmy?
I would say it would be Harper from Rutgers or
No. Women's.
Oh, women's.
WNBA star that is on the cover of NBA 2K as an alternate cover for collectors.
I have no idea.
You would think it should be Caitlin Clark.
Right?
No, it's Angel Reese.
Oh my God!
She can't hit the broadside of a barn, and she's got the grace to cover.
But she always finishes with 47 rebounds and like 18 points.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if she wants to be Rodman and just rebound her whole career, I don't give a shit. That's great. You're a good ball player in that regard. But what the funny part is, when they released the cover, I saw the cover and I put it on Twitter, and I was like, by the way, she missed this layup that they're capturing right now for the cover. She's like driving the lane, and I'm like, she missed that completely.
I don't. You know what that would be like? It would be like if Joe Rogan decided to do this podcast with us, and me and you were like, and the news reporter came to us. I'd be like, I'm just a little disappointed. Me and Dave had a nice thing going on here. Like, but Joe Rogan and Bill Burr are on your show. Yeah. I know, but it's just not the same with me and Dave. Like, what are you?
In fact, we're gonna put. Hey, Joe, can you stand by? We're gonna put you in the green room for a little bit, aka just not in the studio here, and that's it. You're done.
I don't understand that whole thing, and I'm convinced the ratings. Someone's not. I think the information is getting skewed now. How?
Oh, of course it is. I'll never understand that ever.
Me neither. Anyway, we can talk about that till the cows come home. It's just awful. Anyway,
Tyson Hogan's behind. I think he's got a late jump. He's like he just commented Caitlin now, so he might have to hit the fast forward button or something.
Yes. Well, of course, it's time for ChasingMiracles.com. That's right. Tommy and Donna give Chasing Miracles the patches. I happened to hang out Sunday morning, yesterday. I keep on thinking it's Tuesday. It's not. I had breakfast with Tommy and Donna from Chasing Miracles in Oakland, New Jersey, at the Oakland Diner. They are so great. They're huge fans of the show. Like, because they drive a lot back and forth to Florida, and they talk to you like they mention your name as if like you're like best friends with them.
Oh, yeah. Tommy and Donna, T-Dog, and D-Money. Yeah, those are my people.
Your people. They're what's great about them? First of all, we always have a ton of laughs. We're sitting in the diner, we're being so loud and laughing our ass off. I've known Donna since 1992 with Artie Lang, first starting out in showbiz. But he's a big fan of the show, and he really thinks, along with my brother, actually, he's like, why aren't you guys on late night at WFAN? You're better than anyone on WFAN. And my brother's like, can't you just go? My brother wants us to walk down to the offices on WFAN and go in and say, hi, it's Jimmy Palumbo and Dave Stern Show. We think we can do an hour on your network.
And we get at least 60 to 100 people a week to watch us.
I know. Meanwhile, everyone's like, oh, dude. And then so the other night I'm out, and there's this bar about 10 minutes from my house that there's like 3 guys, beer league fans. As soon as I woke up, they're like, Jimmy, like they're hugging me. They know every line in the movie. And they're like, hey, we want to do a podcast. Matter of fact, I'll be calling you. I'm like, and they're like, I said, well, what's it about? He's like, no, we're just going to talk. I'm like, okay, why don't you just go to your mother's house and talk to her?
For free.
But I said, no, you got to go down to Chop Sports. And they might be calling you. So, but everybody thinks, listen, it's anybody who does a podcast. Well, everyone does it. To me, it's cool to not have a podcast because everyone has one. But anybody who says it's easy to grow an audience, they're out of their mind. It's very difficult. I did actually, dying free. We'll pay you with a quick three. I got a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. I did not get the chocolate milk though. But it's hard to grow a podcast. We all know that. So it looks like I'll be doing another show with Sarge coming out. He's doing a show at my mother's complex in Somerset.
Oh, it turned out to be.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can get in the show yet. I'm doing one in the Hamptons.
Just go as a fan. Just go take your mother out.
Of course I will, but I'm going. I got to drive 3 hours next June to get a game with him. Meanwhile, they're in Somerset for which you can go to that one.
Yeah, I can.
I'm busting Sarge's balls. I'm sure he's a social media genius. I know when it comes to the rankings of shitty social media people, I know I'm not last. I'm not last.
He is up there. He needs some help. Sarge, call me, brother.
Sarge, call me. You got to post things for us. Otherwise, nobody cares. But go to ChasingMiracles.com. Get the patches. They also got these vitamin things you pour in a glass of water. That's really cool. I just started taking them, so we'll see how it goes with that. And that's it. ChasingMiracles.com here from the Omni in Atlanta. Now, okay, I'm about to say something now. And I do not want this. You got to help me with this. I don't want to be political about this. Okay, so what the post said doesn't matter. But I'm scrolling through Facebook, and some guy shared, who's a Facebook friend of mine, okay, from the Woodbridge Township area. He shared a post. It doesn't matter whether it's right or left, doesn't matter. But it was very like how stupid, how wrong people are about this, that, and the other thing. And that if you did this or you did that, you have no moral authority, okay? And I was like, wow, like, what do you mean? If I chose to do something, I'm not. So I looked at I scrolled and everyone's like, yeah, you're right, you're so right, like I scrolled, there must have been like 500 comments. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking like, wow, like everybody agrees with this. Like, so I just typed in, okay, very calmly. I typed in, I said, I don't get my moral authority from a Facebook post. Okay.
Well done.
Okay. Nice and easy. Within milliseconds, I get a post, and I'm going to curse now. So get ready if your kids are listening, that says, I don't give a fuck what you think. You're just a big fucking asshole. That was the response. Okay. Now I responded right away. Time out. I responded right away. That's funny because I laughed out loud at how brutal it was, right? And then,
do you know this guy?
I said to myself, who is this guy? I got to know him somehow, right? When I tried to go click on him again, I was gone.
You were blocked.
Okay, blocked.
You blocked
so
it.
Here, okay, now,
Wow.
God probably deleted him. I can't even search for him.
What
now,
an upside down V.
Okay. Here's my whole thing for everyone out there, okay? So here's how it goes. If you're left, right, don't even care, okay? And you keep, over a period of 2 or 3 years, you keep just deleting anybody that disagrees with you. Here's what happens. You make a comment. I think the world's going to end tomorrow. And everyone's like, yeah, absolutely. And you sit there like, well, I've been making some genius posts lately. Like everyone just agrees with me. Why? Because you deleted anybody else that even has a, what if someone has almost agrees with you except for a little bit of different? They're gone. And that's what's wrong with the right and the left on this thing on social media, because you can't, you don't know. It's like going out to dinner with a bunch of people that are on the right or the left, and you make a comment, everyone's like, oh, absolutely. And then you go, we had such a lovely dinner. Everybody was so smart. But if you go out to dinner and one guy's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, he was very combative at dinner.
Oh, yeah. And you know why? Because people are soft nowadays. So my Facebook is private, right? Only the friends that I have on there, I've guaranteed to have met them in person at least once, right? That's how I want to roll. And that's how it is.
I wish I got screwed up from beer league.
Right. But people, no matter what, people know where my allegiance lies when it comes to
which is fine.
But I don't hammer it down every day. In fact, I don't even talk about it.
Once in a while, you'll have a political post, which is fine. You'll read something.
And you know what, though? Not once have like somebody commented and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could be friends with this person anymore.
Right.
Like,
what?
No, it's a fucking grown man discussion. You can have political conversations with people and not write them off completely. I know it's a crazy concept, but it does work.
No, like what? And also, like, why do you like it? To me, it's the cursing, like fuck you. You're a complete.
Well, no. As soon as listen, that's something that therapy has taught me, and that's something I've done research. As soon as you go to cursing, that means you've lost. You have nothing else, and you don't know. You don't have a real an actual response. Right. So you just result to this cocksucker. You go crazy.
It doesn't make, or people just say. I like, because sometimes, especially on the Rutgers sites, I'll try to like Rutgers loses by 25 points. I'll try to say something with I think is with levity under a clear situation where we stink. But I never curse out I've been hard on Harper and Bailey and even Wimsat, but I don't like curse. I don't like curse them out.
If I go in on somebody, first of all, they're all professionals and we're not. So like for us to even say a shit is like ridiculous.
Of course.
But for instance, Volpe, right? Volpe on the Yankees. I'm so cold on him right now. He scores the winning run the other night. And I'm still like, whatever. Whatever. But for me, the Yankees were down when they were down and getting no hit that night, and they came back and won with Volpe scoring a winning run. I put on Twitter, I'm like, well, this one, I think we were down 5-0 at the time or something. I was like, well, this one's over. We'll see you guys tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And I just made fun of myself. When they came back and won, I retweeted the same thing. And I said, narrator voice, like Morgan Freeman, like, he was wrong. Like,
exactly right.
Like, I'm allowed to be wrong.
Right. And you also, listen, when we say Volpe stinks, we're basing it on his bad average, but I don't post Volpe, that scumbag effing asshole. like
the hardest I'll get into him is telling, like, fire him into the sun, just like launch him out of the universe. That's all, because I don't want to see him anymore. But it's exactly never like, what a piece of shit. His parents raised the wrong kid. Like,
I know. It's like, what are you doing? I don't understand. But so now I can't even. I remember this guy's name who cut me off, and part of me's like, and then I started to remember, like, something might have something was going on with him. My memory started to come back. I think it was some kind of child care thing. He was losing his kids with a divorce or something. And I remember being like, hang in there, man. Like, it started to come back to me.
I don't remember that, bro.
I go to search it. I can't even search it. He doesn't come up. So
He's
I
blocked.
guess when you
blocked you.
I'm completely blocked. That's over a comment. I don't get moral authority. Or I don't even, you know what's funny? I barely remember, maybe it has something to do with vaccines or something. I barely remember even what the hell I was even like, oh my, anyway. And we never talk, again, this is not right or left. It's just like, if you're on Facebook and you make a comment and
it's just
somebody.
Don't be a pussy. That's what it is.
Well,
don't be a pussy.
Right.
Just
like,
fucking talk like a grown man. Don't be a pussy. That's it.
Unbelievable to me. But anyway, I just felt I had to bring that up. In other news here from the Omni, now everyone knows I play in 2 softball leagues, okay? Well, actually, nobody knows that but me. But I play one called the Potbellies, which is Sunday afternoon, lazy, 6 o'clock start. You drink in the dugout. You can bring your beer out to the field. I enjoy that. It's laid back. The guys are fantastic. They're all from Ramsey. Nice ball breaking. And I was awful yesterday. Dude, how about this stat line? 0 for 2, okay? And one of the at-bats I grounded into a double play. I was thrown out by 8 steps. I was running like a young Giancarlo.
I was going to say, you Giancarlo'd it and just kind of trotted down, knowing it's an easy play.
And we actually won the game, and we only win 1 or 2 games a year. This was our second win. But I'm in the outfield. Something so weird happened. As a matter of fact, I sent you some photos.
I just got them today.
It doesn't. Well, a group of deer. This is a big softball area. A bunch of deer came out and was like, well, when a power hitter gets up, you take a step back in the outfield, right? I was in the middle of the deer, like they were eating around me. And everybody was like, Jimmy, you got girlfriends out there? And I'm like, so first I thought it was funny. And all of a sudden I'm like, and what if I hit a deer going for a ball? Like, I'm going to lose that battle, right?
What if they attack you?
So yes, right. Of course, everybody says deer don't attack, but if you go on YouTube, you see it. So I had my beer can. I finished it, and I was going to get rid of these deer. So I threw the beer can. I wasn't going to hit the deer. Like,
wow, what
5 feet away.
Shit.
Right. I just I crunched the can, tried to scare him, but I kind of tossed it. The deer let the beer can fall, looked at me, and came up to the beer can and started licking the beer can. And I was like,
getting him tanked.
I was like, so the guy next to me goes, someone must be feeding these deer, because deer do not come up to a human being for any kind of metallic object. And so then I pulled a little grass. I'm throwing grass to my right, and the deer's like, I was playing like golden retriever time with a bunch of deer. And so the guys kept on taking pictures of me in this flock of deer. Thank God no one hit the ball to me. But I was horrible. But in the real main news, in my serious league in Mawa, I was batting .708, but they put the new I missed 1 game. They finally updated the stats. I'm still batting .698. Oof. Heading into, I'm still by average, I have the best average on the team. I'm not the best player by any
How did you lose points by not being there?
I think I posted something after Monday's game, and I thought Wednesday's stats were in.
Gotcha.
So they updated, or they went back and looked at the book and took a hit away.
He's not that good. Yeah. That basement.
You know what it is? You know what? Listen, if you're some guy in Seattle randomly looking up softball, you're like, this guy Jimmy Palumbo must be good. But on Wednesday's game, something happened. I swear to God, classic me. In the first inning, this is be the 3rd time this happened. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. I'm playing second base. A regular ground ball right to me. It hit every body part. The glove, my knee, my face, my
Ate you up?
chin. And, ate me up, threw the knives and forks at me, and 2 runs scored. I was beside myself. And they're like, shake it off, shake it off. I was like, no, not shaking it off. It's 2 runs, right? I was so aggravated. However, we're up by a run in the bottom of the 7th. And let's face it, when you're only up by a run in softball, that's like, it's impossible. The game could be over in seconds. And so there was 1 out, man on first. And I was like, I just, Jimmy, focus, at least get the 1 out, ground ball to you, get the 1, I was thinking all these different things, right? Guy had some pretty good rope down to second base. I go to my left. I go to my right. I scoop it up. I toss like a Jeter right to the shortstop. Fires across the first for the double play to end the game.
Wow.
Fans I was like, you know what? I was 3 for 4, whatever the hell I was. Plus, an ending double play. In this league, anybody scoring at home, 55-foot bases. It's hard to double someone up.
Wow.
And the shortstop was like, Jimmy, you laid it right. It was like a perfect, like I came across. I was
Did
like,
he barehand it?
Oh, yeah. I was like, bang, goodbye. I just like totally put my arms up. Like, it was a great feeling. You know what? My softball days are so like the hourglass is definitely turned over.
Mm-hmm. You're on the back nine.
I'm so slow now. But anyway, it was great. It was great to do that. So softball, we'll see what happens. We play tonight. I think it might get rained out, but tonight and Wednesday. Also, I'm laughing about. Let's talk about this. So Stanton doesn't really play anymore, and they just play him. He hits a home run, then they bench him. How does that work now?
Hey, are you questioning the great Aaron Boone's managerial skills?
I don't understand.
What's wrong with you?
Someone has to. He like hit. I mean, listen. The night before, he had a classic Giancarlo. I think the total time of his at bats was 19 seconds in 3 strikeouts. He struck out on that slow curve 3 times. Mm-hmm. But yesterday, it finally put him. They don't bat. The Yankees. Listen to me, Yankees. Play Giancarlo until his arms fall off, and then it's over.
Well, the problem is that because he's only a DH and can't play the field, it sucks because then you lose a bat like Ben Rice if he can't play first because you got Bellinger or I'm sorry, Goldschmidt.
Ben Rice is batting what 235?
Yeah, but he's still a consistent bat in the lineup. You know what I mean? Like Giancarlo's boom or bust, no matter.
Let me tell you something. If another rule of baseball, if Giancarlo Stanton has a higher batting average than you, you stink. In other words, you better have, it's unbelievable. Play the guy. He's money. The guy is money. Home run yesterday to tie the game. Oh, my God. I can't stand it. And also another funny thing, and if you got into this, if you watched this the other day, I'm going to yell at you. I'm going to call your wife and say it's time. Shut it down. Did you watch any of the Major League Baseball draft? How unexciting.
No. No. And you know what's great? You know what's my favorite? I'm on Twitter a lot, so like you see updates like, oh, the Rockies took this guy, oh, this guy, and I'm like, all right, great. I have no idea who they are. Listen, but to hear the people critiquing the picks, like, oh, this guy was right there, and I was like, you have no effing idea what you're talking about right now.
And the worst thing about Major League Draft is, and by the way, it's critical to a franchise that you do. I can't believe they
do the draft mid-season too. By the way, how weird is that?
But here's the crazy thing. None of these guys, I'll be 66 years old before anybody whose name was mentioned is even a factor.
There's the guys that were like 16 years old getting drafted.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Listen, Major League Baseball, I love baseball, but the way it works in terms of, listen, NFL draft, you pick a few guys, you can win the next season. Sure. But Major League Baseball, I wish the announcer were like, I can't wait to see this guy in 2031. Like they gotta go to rookie ball, A ball, and like
it's gonna be a while.
That's why I think although baseball guys are definitely sheltered and all that. If a guy makes it all the way, yeah, give him his $20 million. He's been on a bus since he's 16.
Well, that's why I think that like they're saying that Judge was the fastest to 350 home runs in history, right? Because he just hit his 350th. And I'm like, yeah, but he's older than what he's supposed to be because it took him so long to get to the majors, which is nuts to me. So I don't know if we live in a world where he even sniffs the record because it's like he has to play for at least another decade, you would assume, and he's already 30. So if he has to and be productive down the stretch.
You got to remember, most of the guys Bonds maybe wasn't that old because he went on that steroid kick, but even Aaron was an old player. at the end. So nobody's really when you're in that Ruth Bonds conversation, you're not a young player.
But you got to put up 40 plus a year, no matter what.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do that. And they say Hank Aaron, what he did was he used to be a 300 hitter at 320. He realized he wasn't as fast anymore, so he just decided to jack home runs. And
Fuck it, I'll just put him over the fence.
Well, they say he's one of the few players that actually hit more home runs the last 10 years. He got into that. But yeah, I agree. It's just the MLB draft. I'm like, who are these guys and who cares? Of course, the Yankees picked. I immediately went like, oh, this guy must suck. I don't even know he's from like Delray, Kansas.
Oh, he hit 787 in college? That's cool. It's like with metal bats and fucking. It's like what the?
You remember that little article, a little section of that Sports Illustrated? It was called, oh my God, Venditti's gonna get mad at me. When you opened up Sports Illustrated, the second page, it was like a little 4 pictures with people that did miraculous things in the
sure. Yeah,
what was that thing?
I don't know what they're called, but I remember what you're talking
about. I used to go to the store and look at that because some of the guys were like some of the running backs. Jim Smith committed to Georgia after 4 years with 71 touchdowns, 11,000 yards. It would be the stats, or there would be some like D3 college quarterback threw for 61,000 yards and 400 touchdowns. Or it would be another thing like 81 years old, finished a marathon in 3 hours and 6 seconds. Like what? I forget what that was called. My God. Faces in the Crowd. Was that it? Yeah, Faces in the Crowd. That's it. Faces in the Crowd. I think that's it.
Wow,
I still love that. Anyway, Tyson just lighting it up here, Shay.
And Dying Breed Garage is asking if this season's a bust. Is Boone gone? We listen. We've been saying that every year. Like, if they don't win this year, he's gone. If they don't win this year, he's gone. The problem is they got there last year and they brought him back again. And it's like, oh man. So
you know what?
But listen, if Thibodeau got fired after the performance he put up this year,
no, you know what? I don't think he's gonna. I think
he's a complete yes man. Like,
well, Dave, if you and I were sitting in an office and every week a check came and we own the team and we sit there and we have coffee and talk about sweet nothings and a check comes for millions of dollars every week. And then someone says, you got to fire someone. It's like, we got to fly up to New York. We got to interview people. Me and you would be like, you know what? We won 90
he's
games.
Fine.
Like, he's fine. I really think that's what it is.
No, 100%, dude. That would require work on the back end.
Honey, we got to go up to New York. Why? I got to get rid of Cashman. I got to interview guys. It's like, and then the check instead of being $8 million a week, it's only $6.4 million a week now. Really? Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah. Oh my God. That's why I think he's not getting fired. But
it's a business.
I feel like Cashman. My God, I met Cashman doing live on tape with Artie when he just worked at the Yankees office.
He's been there forever.
1994. He was a young kid. He was a child. And next thing you know, a year.
His press conferences are annoying. They're like, so at the trade deadline, you definitely need this and you definitely need that. And he's like, yeah, we'll see. No. You definitely need this
like
and you definitely need that. Yeah. And then like, boom, you need a pitcher and you need a fucking third baseman. Go get him. Stop.
And those quiet press conferences, Aaron Boone, the Yankees lost 14-0 today. They only had 2 hits. Well, listen, we're close. There were some really good at bats there. Like,
and it's all. And the quote of the year forever, his famous phrase, should be on a T-shirt. And it's all right out there in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Makes me crazy. Anyway, if you can't see shit, call Absolute Eyewear. That's the new theme. If something's shitty in your life, my sponsors will take care of you. Go to Absolute Eyewear, 42 Main Street. Talk to the original Jaybird, Johnny Michaud, and Craig, my right center fielder for Corona softball for 20 years. They got everything. They're opticians. They're on 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, 732-326.
Eyes.
Oh, a little delay there. Sorry.
You don't throw it to me, so I don't know.
Every now and then I throw you the eyes. 732-326-3937. They got all kinds of things. Charles Oakley works there now. It's really cool. Go check it out. We still left. They sell Oakley eyewear.
You put a different spin on it every week.
It's so stupid. All right, Absolute Eyewear. They're simply the best here at Shea. I also got to give a shout out, just anybody from Colonia, from the class of 83. I know I wouldn't call her. No, I was friendly with her back in the day. Sabrina Bacon passed away at 60 years old. I just found out about it. She was always very, very sweet. Just one of those. I saw her at the reunion. She was very sweet. I had her in a bunch of classes. Feel bad about that. Anybody dies from your year, you're like, shit, when is my number going to come up?
Yeah.
So a shout out to Sabrina Bacon and her family, and hope everybody's handling that as well. Well, I guess we got to mention, so let's explain this show now. Is there a number for tickets? What do we got to do for Tuesday's show? It starts at 7.
Yeah, doors open at 5:30. In case you want to meet any of the wrestlers, they're going to be posted up shop. The vendors are going to be out, selling their merchandise and stuff like that. Bell time is 7 o'clock. About 9 matches, I believe. So anywhere around 10, 15, 10:30 will be over. So, you'll still be able to get home and get up for work the next day if you have to. There are tickets available at the door. Pre-sale is really, really good.
No more online. Everything's at the door now.
No. It's all online until tomorrow at 5. But I'm saying,
what's the website?
It's eventbrite.com / The War on the Shore. If you can't find that, just go on eventbrite.com, search The War on the Shore 2.
The War on the Shore.
Yeah. So it's like I said.
Listen, I went last year. I've talked about it before. The wrestling shit does nothing for me. I went there. The setup was really cool. The little area, they have beers, they have food. The tiki bar is always fun anyway, middle of the summer. You walk around, you see all these hot, crazy chicks that are wrestling girls, and which is funny to me. Then you see, it's just like a little wrestling thing. All these wrestling fans, there are some kids there. I know your kids were hanging out. You sit on the beach. The weather's it's supposed to be really nice tomorrow night, which would be nice. Doesn't appear to be any storms.
It wasn't last year either. Somehow they're like, hey, by the way, there's a stray coming through.
Big storm.
That's strange. Also a hurricane.
I felt bad. I got caught walking to my car. I left right towards the end, and I was like, oh, shit. I hope they got out of there. But it's a great event. It's a really cool event. I think you should go. Anybody, if you got especially if you have younger kids, if you're into wrestling, you should go, obviously. But if you got young kids between, 7 and 12, I just think they'll get a huge kick out of it. It's very entertaining for someone who does not know wrestling. I don't know anything. These guys it's really cool to hear the stage, the bang of the stage. And it's really cool to see, like, everyone's like, oh, Jimmy, that fake shit. Okay. Go on your couch.
Go do what they do. This ACL ain't fake, by the way. It's brand new.
Go on your deck right now and jump off onto a mattress and let me know how fake that is. I mean,
right.
Maybe like the chairs hitting people on the back, like it's like everyone's
there's one match we have booked where we're calling and labeling it a beach fight. So they're going to be able to go wherever they want within the beach area and use a bunch of props and weapons and all this other shit. So
it's really cool. It's a lot of fun, and the way they take the things on, and then the women who fight. With that one girl had the big fentanyl. She had ice. She had feathers.
She'll be back.
Ice.
She's our champ. She's back.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. It's all these little storylines that are a riot and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you told me you got some LSU people wrestling there tomorrow.
Yeah, we went out. And I changed. And the one thing I was, and again, no disrespect to last year's ring announcer, very good friend of mine, but he's a portly fella, right? And he's just like, and I told him, I said, hey man, just do your best to dress the part. Wear like a Hawaiian shirt and like khaki shorts or something like that. He shows up in like a Hawaiian shirt and basketball shorts and like sneakers and socks, and he looked horrific. And I was like, okay, we'll see what we can do next year. I found the first cute girl that I could find that would actually look okay and do a good job. I hired her. I was like, if they got to look at you all damn night, I need somebody that could be looked at all.
Give us something to look at for sure.
Right. So I made the change there.
Go check that out for sure. War at the Shore. Down at the Tiki Bar here at Shea in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. I haven't been there since last year. I don't get to the Tiki Bar as much as I like to. I used to like going to that.
I went down Tiki Monday a couple weeks ago, and it was.
That's right. Monday's a big day, right?
It used to be called Strippers and Clippers because all the strippers and the hairdressers would be off on Mondays, so they all went to the Tiki Bar. Now it's become an absolute cesspool of just everybody under the sun. By the way,
is it jammed? It's during the day, right? Like
if we didn't have, it's actually happening right now as we're talking online. Tiki Monday is going down right now, and there's probably 400 people just crowded around a DJ booth, just losing their fucking minds and getting drunk.
There's no line to get in or any of that stuff.
Oh, yes, there is. Oh, yeah.
On a Monday at noon?
On a Monday at noon. And, my cop friend, who's my business partner, he's an NYPD cop. Yeah, I can't tell you. I take a shot every time he asks, does anybody work anymore? He's like looking around.
I gotta try to do it. Maybe next Monday, maybe I'll scoot down there.
It's a vibe, Jimmy. Like you would be the absolute oldest one there by, or it's the opposite side of the spectrum. Somebody your age walking around in a Speedo, no bullshit. That's also
maybe I got to go down there and bust. Oh, maybe not next week, but maybe me and you will go down there and take some videos.
I'm going to Tiki Monday with Jimmy Palumbo.
There we go. Yeah, we'll do the cut live from the Tiki Monday. Anyway, on Friday here from the Omni, I went on, and Dave, you're not far away from this. Well, yes, you are actually. I went on the first college tour with my daughter. We went up to Sacred Heart University up in by Fairfield. It was an experience. First of all, Sacred Heart it's a beautiful school, it really is. They play D1 sports, which I got a kick out of. They're pretty good in hockey. I think some guys from the NHL go there. Like they're known for that a little bit. But the thing that blew me away is the school started only in 1963, but they didn't have dorms until 1990. So like every dorm is looks like a gorgeous hotel compared to me at Rutgers in the quads at Livingston with no air conditioning in the summertime, dying. But it was cool to do that. They had a tour walking around and they were selling it. And Natalie was into it. But I was thinking to myself, oh, man, my little girl used to be a little 5-year-old girl. Now I'm looking at colleges. It was so depressing. And then we went to Fairfield University. We just drove around there. We didn't go on the official tour. But it's really weird, to go on a college tour for the first time, and I'm like, oh, my God. But it's only an hour and a half away from me, so that'll help. And but we'll see. I still want to take her to some the official tour at Rutgers. I want to get her on a couple of she may look at James Madison University, JMU. But I know because she's into football, so. And don't forget, Thursday before Labor Day weekend, Scarlet McKnights, which is, my God, was a month. We're like 6 weeks away from.
You know what's funny?
That's unbelievable.
As much as I'm looking forward to my show and everything like that, I am a fall guy. I love the summer. I love summer nights, all that shit. But when football starts and baseball rolls into the playoffs, that's where I flourish. And
I've always been I'm a Labor Day to Christmas guy. I always have been.
Yeah.
I don't even mind when it first starts getting cold, the first snowfall. That's one thing. When I used to go to L.A. after Labor Day, but I would fly back if the Yankees were doing something in the playoffs. But I would L.A. It's like this September or now. There's no.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, don't get me wrong. At night, because it's a desert, it's beautiful at night.
I have to call out Dying Breed Garage here. Hawaiian shirts are official apparel for the obese. Sorry, not PC, but those shirts are so cheesy. Only man in history that looked good in one was one of those shirts that Tom Selleck and Magnum PI. Now, here's where I'm going to disagree with you, because if you're watching this show, which you are, feast your eyes on these two individuals that are wearing Hawaiian shirts and making it look good. So shut your mouth over there, Dying Breed Garage, because I made that Hawaiian shirt look fantastic.
You know what we're gonna do in honor of your war at the shore. Next week, I'm gonna wear a Hawaiian shirt day. Yes, we're both gonna wear one. But that's okay. Will Pena, you're a big fan of the show. And, you could be wrong on your post. See, it's the new Jimmy now.
We're going to disagree. You think for the obese, I think they look good on me. So that's all right.
Hey, Will, it's okay. So you made a stupid comment.
Block this son of a
bitch. Next week. And Will Pena has dropped Patreon. We're going backwards now. Anyway, of course, listen, bottom line is, if you got filthy carpets, you got to call Oxy Magic USA, OXY Magic USA.com. Give a call to Tom and Natalie. I only have people named Tom sponsor the show. They're great. They're quick. They clean. They move the furniture around. Now, I understand Dave might have a story regarding filthy carpets.
It's happening. It's happening probably within the next couple of weeks. My wife was looking at the carpet in the playroom today, and she goes, "These are so filthy," right? And she's like, we need to get them redone." And I was like, well, good thing our relationship with OxyMagicUSA.com. I broke into this commercial, and she's like, "You mean the guys we used already?" I was like, "Nah, that's them too." Perfect. So
they're good. They're not that expensive, and they get in and out. And I get it. Matter of fact, my carpets are looking a little shin god myself, so I will be looking at Oxy Magic USA OXY. And you know what? To all my fans out there, whoever's listening, when you call up, definitely be like, "I heard your name on the Jimmy Palumbo Show." Mm-hmm. That's the new thing. Anyway, Absolute Eyewear, Oxy Magic USA, Chasing Miracles. When you get on the phone with someone and say, I know you from this stupid ass podcast called the Jimmy Palumbo Show. That's what I want, because I think people are calling and I don't get credit for it. I just want the mental credit that someone besides my mother's listening to this horrific show. Okay, now I watched the new Netflix, The Quarterback Show. Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's great. Great. I ripped through those episodes in one day.
Yeah, I got one more to go.
How likable of a guy is Kirk Cousins, by the way.
See, I see, that's so funny. I think he's this nice guy who's simply being phased out of the league. You think he was annoying? I didn't think.
No, I said how amazing a guy he is.
Oh, I thought you said a negative.
No, I love the guy because of this show.
He
has to call the coach, gets benched, like holy shit. Like
the way he said, I come home, I'm beat up in practicing, and the kids want to play football. I know that had to hit you. Like, I
dude,
totally related to him.
My favorite line he's dropped this season is like one of his kids shows up to play in the backyard with a fresh new haircut. He's like, great clips, huh? Yeah, they've been treating daddy right for the last 10 years.
He goes to great clip. And he's I love what he says on the sideline. My bad, you know. And he's had, you can tell he's banged up of a lifelong, was he 13 years in the league. And his wife is tries to be as supportive as they can. And then you got Goff comes off as a great guy too. He's trying to
see his wife though.
Yeah. looking. Yeah, they have deep speed. But the guy who came off odd to me,
Joe Burrow.
But you know what? In some ways, I was like, wow, Joe Burrow figured it out. He stares at the camera and he's just like, hey, like the one game they won and the coach came up to him. He's like, you know what? We stunk today. I love that. I was like,
you do want that in a player.
And then you notice, I don't know if they subtly made it look like they almost should have said Joe Burrows is having an MVP year, but the Bengal defense gives up 55 points a game.
And he can't. And what's he going to say?
What's he going to say? But the one game when they fumbled, they made a bunch of the offs. You hear him with the offs. They had 8 illegal procedures and offsides, and he was like, "Damn it!" Hey, you can see how like angry he is. But he also came across as a little. I don't know. There was something about him I liked. I'm like, this guy's weird, but he's a great player, and I just don't think he gives a fuck about all the noise. He just doesn't care. He's all about he said stuff like
guy's house got robbed, and he was just like, yeah, sucks, guess I gotta move.
Right. Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's
get a gun.
And he also he says stuff like, hey, listen, if you're not playing well and you're not scoring touchdowns and we're not winning, it's very how I think quarterbacks should be. Yeah, I enjoy the show, the Detroit Lion thing. I wish the Giants had that coach.
Campbell?
Yeah. You got to love
what it
guy.
is now?
He's a rah-rah guy.
I liked it at first, and now I think it's a little bit like, well, you know what? We're going to fucking go for it every fucking fourth down. It's like, dude, first of all, like, it's situational football. Shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to go for it in your own 20.
Listen, your team has stunk for a while. The Giants have stunk for a while. When your team stinks and you watch that guy, you're like, hey,
I would run through a wall for him. Yeah, 100%.
But here's what happens with the rah-rah guy, though. Goff gets hurt, okay? And all of a sudden, Chris Gucci's your quarterback, and your tight end gets hurt, and Dave Sturchio's at tight end, and I'm kicking extra points, and all of a sudden that rah-rah thing goes completely out the door.
Yeah,
it's like, or if you go 0-4, hey, where's those locker room speeches? It goes. My buddy Brian Ellerby, who ended up head coach of Michigan and a great Rutgers player, always told me those real excitable guys that can really work for a certain period of time, but then the guys tune you out. They don't listen to you anymore. It doesn't
because
work.
it gets redundant. And if you're not winning, it's like, who gives a shit what he says?
So, but I do it. I just think the Giants, like, oh God, I thought we had a guy like that. Instead,
more on that next week because training camps are open for business starting next week, which is insane.
Venditti told me, I think July 22nd, I think the first day.
8 days from today. Yeah.
Which is nuts. Of course, Venditti's hanging out at Spring Lake, relaxing at the Breakers for 3. So Venditti's not driving off the road. Another funny thing is there was a shitty golf tournament somewhere before the British Open, and all of a sudden, McIlroy got beat like on the last day, and a headline said Rutgers golfer beats McIlroy. I'm like, all right.
And then
there was a rowing thing like Rutgers. They wanted to, and I was like, this should be headlines. This should be the leading story on News 12. Like Rutgers has won an event. This is huge. I think there should be a parade going down because we don't win shit. So I was happy about that. Wimbledon, of course. What kind of time is that? Yeah, Wimbledon, of course. Wow, I don't know if you watch. Sinner just abused.
I don't watch that shit, man.
I'm a tennis guy, so
are you?
Yeah, big time. I played it in high school, but Sinner was just these guys. A couple of funny things about tennis. If I swung that hard at a tennis, I would be the Giancarlo of tennis players. I would
you'd be hurt every 3 minutes.
I would be like Jimmy with a forehand. Ooh, and it is deep and out of the arena. I can't believe how hard those guys swing a racket, and it goes. Or they have some of the serves are 150 miles an hour. Okay, that makes Chapman look like he's pitching softball. Yeah. And not only does the guy return it, it's an offensive shot. In other words, it's like he guesses to the right and he rips it. I'm like, it's really incredible. But for TV, the men hit it so hard, it's almost more fun to watch the women. But of course, the girl from USA beat Sabalenka, which, by the way, all the tennis players sound like diseases on those commercials on TV. Are you suffering from Sabalenka? Or the men sound like movies on Netflix on an all new Alcaraz, or check out Sinner on Netflix next week. You got Asamarov, whatever the hell her name is. All the names sound like diseases or TV shows. That's a funny joke. I got to say that. But this girl, and Chris Everett said it. She beat Sabalenka in the semis, and Chris Everett very casually just said, "Hey, big win for you. You didn't win it all though. There's one more match." And then this girl, Swiatek, it was 6-0, 6-0. The match was like 35 minutes long. I don't remember. I have to look it up. I think it's since the 20s.
I can't take anything serious whenever I hear Chris Everett, because I think of the Jim Everett thing that happened in like 91 or whatever, where Jim Everett like basically punched Jim Rome in the face for calling him Chris Everett. So listen, man, I know what you're doing. If you call me Chris Everett one more time, there's going to be – and he's like, all right, whatever you say, Chris. And he fucking gets up and yokes him.
I don't think people that's something I forgot all of that's something people don't talk about enough. You know what? I'm gonna Google that. That's funny.
I wish that happened more nowadays. Yeah. Like these talking heads just get attacked by physically attacked. He's struggling from the free throw line. Hey, why don't you stand up and tell me I'm struggling from the free throw line? Come here for a second.
Tell me who wouldn't laugh. Dan Campbell, tough loss by the Lions. Ooh, and he takes out the reporter from CBS News. We'll be right back. But anyway, 6-0, 6-0. That's just downright abusive here from the Omni. And a shout out to One Bite Creative. Go check out Brian. Give him a call, 323-316-8064, 8064. One Bite Creative. If your website sucks, so here we go. If your eye sucks, you call Absolute. If your website sucks, you call One Bite Creative. If your carpet sucks, you call Oxy Magic. And if your life sucks, I would normally say go to Pine Tar Bar and Grill. However, I just found out that my good friend Tommy has indeed sold the bar. So we don't have to talk about the Pine Tar Bar and Grill anymore. As a matter of fact, he called me up.
I never even got there.
I know.
Not once.
But supposedly the guy who bought it's like keeping it the same, not changing a thing. So my buddy Tommy's got some family stuff he wants to deal with, and I guess kids playing sports and all blah, blah, blah. Gotcha. So don't worry. He'll be owning something else soon enough.
This podcast.
So he'll be on the pod. I would love to have him on the podcast. Well, listen, that's I guess that'll do it here. We're 59 minutes, nice and early. Look at that. That's it. What do we got? So go check out the War at the Shore. I got a softball game tonight. Come on down to the fields in Mahwah, right by Ramapo College here, Shane. And it was one of the things I wanted to mention. I can't think of it, but it doesn't matter. The All-Star game. Anybody?
Jazz Chisholm's in the home run derby. Go Jazz.
I hope he doesn't hit any home runs.
Just ground ball fucking 10 times in a row.
I know. watch
They
it
change
like
the rules 77 times a year, though. They're like, you're in the 17th bracket over here, and you got to hit as many home runs as you can in the minute. But don't worry, there's bonus time if you hit 10 home runs. And if you hit 10 home runs, you get more bonus time at that. Just give me 10 pitches.
And you also they don't do the thing where the team wins the home team.
Not anymore, I don't think. I think that's over.
Rid of that. Right.
I think. I don't know.
That's so stupid. But anyway, that'll do it here from Shay.
All right.
Funny story with Dying Breeds checking in. Anyway, all right. Joe
all right,
Piscopo.
ladies and gentlemen.
We'll go. There you go. Another fine ending of the Jimmy Palumbo Show.
Time in the Derby. All right. Thanks, Tyson. Thank you, everybody. Come see you down at the beach tomorrow.
See you at the war at the shore.
Good night, everybody.